Now briefly, the term cinematic can pretty much mean whatever you want it to mean. It's not a technical term, and for me, it just means photos I take which look like they could be taken out of a film. So, step one, and this is probably the most important step when it comes to capturing more cinematic looking photos, is to develop your eye to see these scenes before you even go out. Now what's helped me is to have films on constantly which show scenes which look like the type of photos I want to capture. No amount of YouTube episodes or tips and tricks episodes are going to help you when it comes to capturing more cinematic looking photos, because at the end of the day, if you don't see the scenes or if you don't see the right compositions, you're not going to be able to take the photos you want to take. Now, I know it's time consuming, but putting the time in to study films, study photography books, and to study photos which look like the types of shots you want to capture the next time you're out really does make a world of difference, and honestly, there's no substitute for it. Even if you're constantly going out to shoot, but you're putting in no time to developing your eye and improving what you see, your photos are either going to plateau or you're not going to capture what you want to capture, and you're going to end up getting frustrated. There are also websites like ShotDeck which allow you to search their library for scenes from films. So on this website you can search for a film you like and it will come up with loads of scenes from that film, and again you can study the lighting, the color, the subjects and so on. It doesn't matter how good you get at editing, there's no way around editing a bad photo. It's a bit like cooking. If you have really bad ingredients, it really doesn't matter what you do, the food's not going to taste great. So you really want to focus on capturing the best photos you can while you're out shooting, as that's going to make the whole editing process a lot easier. So the first and probably the most important step for this is to put yourself in positions and locations which look cinematic. Now, if you've ever been around a film production, you'll know so much time goes into location scouting and finding the right places to shoot. And this is because the right location and scene can do most of the heavy lifting for you. So I advise taking a couple days out and really just spend it scouting your local city or local area and finding scenes and areas which could be cinematic. In my case, I might head down into central London, into Soho, because a lot of the streets there are pretty old and it's a bit gritty and it kind of matches the look I'm looking for. But if I was looking for a more modern setting, for example, I may opt to head down to Canary Wharf or the City of London, where there's new glass buildings and clean textures and so on. So just by putting yourself in the right places, it's going to make a massive difference to the types of photos you're taking. It kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about developing your eye, because once you've developed and you understand what you're looking for, it's much easier to go out there and see scenes which suit the types of shots you're looking to capture. Now, another really important factor in this is lighting. If you've seen a film set, you'll know the majority of the time goes into lighting the scene correctly, lighting the subjects correctly and so on. And you have to kind of take the same approach into your street photography. An easy way to do this, for example, is by going out at nighttime. You have a bit more control over the light because there's no sunlight. So you can pick areas where, let's say, there's a red light coming out of a shop window, and you can isolate your subjects in a way which you cannot do during the daytime because of the sunlight. Another easy way to add some emotion and atmosphere to your photos is to go out when the weather's not great. Shooting in the rain or in the fog or the snow is a really easy way to add interest and atmosphere to your photos, and often those types of shots end up looking more cinematic. Alright, so the third and final step is editing. And for me, editing is equally as important as taking the photo. And also goes back to my first point where I said you have to develop your eye, because again, if you don't know what you're looking for when it comes to editing, it can be very time consuming and you probably won't get the results you want unless you know the kind of look you're going for. Now, I probably spend more time editing my photos than I do taking them in the first place, but you cannot edit yourself out of a bad photo. I talked about this briefly previously, but if the photo in the first place isn't good, or the photo in the first place does not look cinematic, it's very difficult to add that cinematic look in post. It's much easier to capture a shot that looks cinematic in the first place and then enhance it through editing. Currently, I do most of my editing in Adobe Lightroom. There are other apps. I've seen people even use DaVinci to edit their photos, and DaVinci is a free app. Also, for those of you who want to speed up your editing process and support this channel, I have my preset pack on sale on my website. The link to that is down below in the description. But an important point when it comes to editing, especially cinematic looking photos, is you're not going for realism here. You don't have to worry about capturing everything as it was when you shot it. This isn't documentary photography, and for me this makes editing more interesting and exciting because I can really manipulate the image to tell the story I wanted to tell, or I can push colors in there which help convey an emotion. For example, these images you're seeing now on the screen, if you look at them carefully, you can see none of these replicate real life. So if you look at this picture here, the original doesn't have nearly as much blue in it, but if you look at the edited version, I pushed lots of blues into the shadows, and I've done this to add a more cold feel to this photo and to convey a feeling of loneliness in the city. Now, for those of you interested in editing, I have an episode already on this channel where I go into more detail on how I edit my cinematic looking photos. Again, the link to that is down below in the description. Just to wrap up this point on editing, it's twofold. Firstly, you have to develop your eye in the first place to know what you want to do in your editing phase. And secondly, don't be afraid to heavily edit your photos and change them from how they looked when you took them. As I said, this is cinematic street photography, as I like to think of it, and it isn't documentary photography. So yeah, that's just some of my thoughts on cinematic photography. If you found this episode helpful, drop me a like. And if you're looking for more photography related videos, remember to subscribe as well. A big thanks for watching this, and I'll catch you in the next one.